Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Now, look, if you're trying to break into the booming tech industry right now, you already know it is insanely competitive out there. So, today, we're unpacking what is absolutely the fastest, most efficient, and honestly, the highest ROI route into Taiwan's tech sector. It's totally built for the AI era. We're going to be diving into an incredible blueprint from Shu-Te University's Department of Computer and Communication Engineering. We'll just call it STUCCE for short. We'll see exactly how they're systematically wiping out financial barriers and plugging students straight into top-tier tech giants. Let's get into it. To really set the stage here, let's look at this awesome quote directly translated from the source material. It says, "A diploma is merely a train ticket. Once you get off at the station and look for a job, you realize the boss doesn't care how you got there, they only care about what you can do." I mean, really think about that for a second. Education is exactly like a train journey, right? A master's degree might be the bullet train, a traditional university is your local commuter line, and a high school diploma, well, that's kind of like a standing ticket. But at the end of the day, when you step off onto that platform, practical, hands-on skills matter way, way more than just the piece of paper you're holding. Okay, let's dive into this and explicitly compare your options at this educational crossroads. On one hand, we've got the traditional academic routes. If you go with standard computer science, CS, you're often just buried in abstract algorithms and complex math. Or if you choose information management, IM, you lean heavily into the business side of things, but you end up lacking those deep, hardcore hardware tech skills. But then, on the other hand, we have the STU-CCE pathway. And honestly, this is the smart choice because CCE bridges that gap completely. It focuses strictly on hands-on hardware and software integration. It's 100% practically oriented, heavily subsidized, and totally designed for seamless employment. All right, moving on to Section 1, targeting the tech goldmine. So as the translated text here points out, STUC is taking aim straight at Taiwan's most severe labor shortage, the absolute tech gold mine. They are laser-focused on what's often called the Protecting the Nation Mountain, which is just a great name for Taiwan's leading tech giants. The curriculum here precisely targets 6 core sectors that are exploding in the AI era. We're talking IC design, semiconductor technology, 5G communications and antenna design, automotive electronics, AIoT, and information security. This right here is where the massive skill shortages are, and because of that, it's exactly where the gold mine of opportunity is waiting. Which brings us to Section 2, practical skills over theory. Let's walk through the literal 4-year certification blueprint that STU provides. It's an incredibly structured, step-by-step ladder. In year 1, you're building basic foundations, things like practical software applications and logic design. Then, in year 2, you move on to advanced strengthening. You're getting your hands dirty with single-chip microcontrollers and introductory PCB circuit layout. And by the time you reach your higher years, it's all about professional alignment. You're earning advanced, industry-recognized golden certificates in stuff like advanced single-chip design and practical telecom engineering. You aren't just memorizing textbooks to pass classes. You are acquiring verified, real-world capabilities that tech companies are actively willing to pay top dollar for. Let's shift gears to Section 3, high ROI financial support. Okay, just look at this number, 180,000 new Taiwan dollars. No joke, this is the massive government subsidy package available to students over their 4 years. To break that down for you, it's roughly 140,000 NTD to just completely slash tuition fees, plus an extra 40,000 NTD to help subsidize housing costs. It is an amazing deal. Now, what's really interesting about this is when you draw a direct financial comparison. See, a traditional national tech university might offer a maximum of maybe 50,000 NTD for an entry scholarship. But let me tell you, that comes with incredibly strict conditions, and they basically leave you to find your own internships. STU-CCE, however, they aggressively stack their financial aid. You get up to 25,000 NTD in entry scholarships, plus that 180,000 NTD in government subsidies we just talked about, an additional 35,000 NTD per year in potential reductions, and active internship matching. Talk about high CP value, right? It essentially eliminates the financial pressure of attending a private university altogether. And finally, Section 4, guaranteed top tech internships. All right, this is the ultimate advantage. STUCE has exclusive direct pathways to absolute tech titans in Taiwan, like MediaTek and Inelux. And listen, this isn't your normal run-of-the-mill part-time gig where you're just fetching coffee and making copies. No way. They provide full-year, fully paid internships right inside the science park. So while traditional university students are stressing out, blindly sending out hundreds of resumes, STUCE students are already accumulating actual seniority at world-renowned corporations. It's a real game changer. And the results? They really do speak for themselves. You've got students stepping right out of the classroom to engage directly with MediaTek's workplace environment. You've also got student teams proudly holding giant 50,000 NTD award checks straight from Intellects. Plus, the department fully subsidizes students to go enter international competitions and even file patents. So you are literally getting paid to build a world-class resume before you even walk across the stage to graduate.
So what does this all mean for your wallet? The crucial point here is the financial outcome of these internships. Remember how the sources mentioned that your average university graduate is just crossing their fingers for a starting salary of around $35,000 a month? Well, check this out. STUCCE interns are pulling in between $350,000 to $450,000 NTD annually, and they are still in school. And because they're building the exact skills these specific companies desperately need, excellent performers achieve the ultimate goal, staying on full-time immediately after graduation. It's seamless integration from student to employee.
Let's bring this whole thing together. The S2CCE pathway is essentially built on 3 core pillars. First up, zero financial pressure, all thanks to that massive $180K plus in subsidies. Second, hardcore practical skills that are backed by industry-recognized certifications, dropping you right into the heart of the AI and tech boom. And third, a direct 100% graduation to employment pipeline with tech giants like MediaTek in Intellects. Which leaves us with one final provocative thought based on everything in the source material. If you're planning your education and your career in the tech sector, why on earth would you buy a standing ticket when you could be riding the high-speed train to success? The structure is right there, the funding is totally there, and the industry connections are just waiting for you. If you're ready to jump on board, make sure to scan the QR codes. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.